I do feel sad for some people. They look to these celebrities and they see them as larger than life, right? Figures to be emulated. And then when these celebrities make decisions that somebody of a less supposedly intellectual caliber makes, like the whole image crumbles. For those who don't know, one of the famous female rappers just got pregnant, and people are kind of looking at her like, what's the world, what's going on? And so for me, I'm like, let's tie this in with the Bible, because it's interesting, the glorification in the modern era of the destabilization of the family, like, and wanting to essentially glorify aspects of this broken household to therefore break it further. It's very interesting how people subtly play into that narrative. But let's watch and let's talk about it.
I got a, you know what I'm saying, the baby ain't too far away. My mama, she was 15 when she had me, so like she was in high school, like they had.
And that's a good thing? Like, what did she just say? My mother had me at 15? That's a good thing?
A little program, like she dropping me off at the school, then going to class. Like she tell me, like,
I'm gonna stop pausing it. But so instead of your mother mothering you, she go to school and she drop you off at class. Yeah. All right. We're gonna let it play and let's talk about it.
Like, it's a lot, and I'm sure I'm being a little immature when I say I am ready, but I'm ready.
Motherhood will change your life.
Women who have kids, that's the boss. The boss is being a mom. Like, right. That's the ultimate boss. Like, it don't get more like feminine than bringing a life into this world. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? The baby ain't.
And so what she's essentially is saying, that she feels that she's taken a mature step in doing this. And I'm not gonna comment on whether or not that's mature or immature. What I will say is, it's very interesting how in the ancient times, it was the idea of bringing children into the world was seen as something sacred, because, well, firstly, you're doing it under a dynamic that's stable. Nowadays, they glorify the idea of having children independent of that stable structure, which demonstrates, I think, a bit of selfishness, because it's not about you, it's about setting up that child to have a loving mother and father that work together and, well, like, devote themselves to bringing you up, right? Like it's sad, because like, you expect somebody well off to essentially have that, well, I have my resources, I have my wealth, and so now I can sit back and have this quiet life. But no, right? She's obviously gonna go back to, like, she seems to want to take aspects of her childhood, mom in school, going after her business or whatever, while also leaving her places. So that seems to give strange implications for what she's gonna do with her child. Either way, what is there to say? Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is not how it should be. You're not supposed to be this boss person. You're supposed to be harmonizing with your family and building a firm foundation for the next generation. And one thing I will say is, whatever you win them with, you win them unto. And tragically enough, this is a too familiar example. But let's get to the text. Psalms 127 verse 3. Behold, children are the heritage from the Lord, the fruit of the womb a reward. It positions the idea of the children not belonging to either of the parents, but actually the property of God. He's lending you like his creation so that you can influence it in a positive way and give it a firm foundation to start and move forward on. And it's a reward for the Lord, because he created it. Your body works biologically because he programmed it to do that, right? If like, listen, when a woman's infertile, like, they recognize something's wrong, meaning, oh, something in the genetic pool just unfortunately made it so that you unfortunately can't do this. And so this should make us glorify the fact that, yes, when you have life, it's because the Lord enabled you to do this. And your purpose is to impact the family structure. It's to literally build this firm foundation of a connected society, not these identity politics, boss, babe, mother. No, you're supposed to be mother. Mother is the inheritance of a wife, right? It's a lesser title of a wife. You're supposed to be connected with your husband. But enough of what I'm saying. Let's hear what the Bible has to say. Titus chapter 2, verses 3-5. Older women likewise are to be reverent in behavior, not slanderers or slaves to much wine. So the idea of an older woman is supposed to be someone respectable, right? Reverent in behavior, meaning act like you got some sense, act like you got some godly sense, and of course, not slanderers. So obviously, women, you get a bit chatty a little bit, gotta stop that. Or slaves too much wine. I get it, life gets hard, and sometimes there is a festive occasion to celebrate, but ease up, because who's in control here? You or your cravings? Either way, the point is a bit of self-control. They are to teach what is good. So this is what's good. You're supposed to teach that. And verse 4, to train the young women to love their husbands and children. Let me tell you something. You want to be a role model? You got to be somebody who can pass on what love is supposed to look like. You got to be somebody who's supposed to pass on what this dynamic is supposed to look like. Not just the parts that you like, the parts where you're very capable, right? And that you brought life into the world. What about the fact that you chose somebody of wisdom and godly renown, somebody who is holy, right? And your dynamic has been something that will stand the test of time, not just a one-off fling or toxic behavior or just if we or won't we. No, because you only pass on what you know. And what she claims to know is something that probably shouldn't be passed on as something replicatable. But nevertheless, notice it says, train young women to love their husbands and children. I think it's become more popular that, yeah, some women shouldn't have children, or some women shouldn't be in charge of children. And many women don't know how to cooperate with their man, that they say that he's my leader, he's my bae, or whatever, right? That's because it's a particular way to get it right. I think that should be obvious, right? How many marriages fail? Well, how many people fail their marriages? We'll say that much. And how many people don't even get that far before they bring life into the world? That's dangerous. So, nevertheless, verse 5, to be self-controlled, pure. I like how it says self-controlled. You got to be taught these things. You're indulgent by nature, and so to be restrained, you gotta learn that. Pure. These pictures, man, these Instagrams, I tell y'all, I gotta stop this. That ain't pure. And the way y'all speak the language, like very profane, very worldly. Nevertheless, working at home, I like that. It's not bad for a woman to work, but where does she work? Home. Like the house. These days, people want to be everywhere but home. I tell you that much. And when they want to be home, they want to be couch potatoes. You're supposed to be working at home. You putting your best self out there, right? So it's very sad that we glorify everything out there in the world, but working inside the household. Let's keep going. Kind. Oh yeah, some of you need to be taught how to be kind. The way y'all act. Like the way you'll be aggressive toward people, that's not kind at all. Submissive to their own husbands, agreeable, agree with that man. Long term, can you do that? Years, a decade, 5 months, 2 seconds, even. Agreeable to your husband and his plan, right? That the word of God might not be reviled. This is a sad thing when people got scripture in their bios, but then their profile is, well, anything but. Nevertheless, why do I bring this up? Well, Ephesians 4 chapter 3 makes it very clear we want harmony. Harmony in peace is what builds a stable society. Single parent households, that's not unity. That's not harmony. And so let us be eager to maintain the unity. What we know to be unity. So as one, united, of the Spirit in the bond of peace. You gotta have the desire and the will to want to fight for a dynamic to be maintained, because naturally that's what builds a long-term foundation. Now then, what are we supposed to do? Colossians chapter 3 verses 12 through 14 makes it very clear. Put on then, as God's chosen ones, holy and beloved, compassionate hearts. Yeah, you'll make dumb decisions, but a dumb decision doesn't have to define a future. You can course correct the ship. Please course correct the ship. But let's see, kindness. That word keeps coming up. You need to have a joyful and a hopeful heart to be kind to people. Humility. Like, let's just say we all make our fair share of bad choices. Have a bit of humbleness when somebody makes theirs. Meekness. It's very clear that we know what is right, but we shouldn't carry it arrogantly. And if you know what is right, then naturally encourage it softly. Patience. Yeah, you gotta have patience. It takes a little bit longer for others, but eventually, if they get it, it's amazing. Bearing one another. That's what we need. We need more of that. Husbands bearing wives, wives bearing husbands. The idea that we bear one another, that we link arms, that we stand firm, saying we will fight every other chaos that tells us we need to separate. That's what the marriage covenant is. It's work. If one has a complaint against one another, forgive each other. As the Lord has forgiven you, so you must also forgive. No one's not saying like you can't have a critique or you can't be mad at each other, but is your intention to reconcile? Is it? Verse 14, and above all these, put on love, which binds everything together in perfect harmony. That's the theme of this video. Yeah. That some people just lost a role model. Some people just question who they've been following. But I think this is good. This is a chance to learn. Because yeah, some people, like, they get big in life and they glorify dysfunction. It's a popular trait of celebrities. But what are we supposed to do? Learn. This is more food for your plate. Don't be like that. Stop trying to cut out everything in your life just to be this boss type of person, when you can preserve everything good in your life and the way of righteousness you've been taught to actually find something that is actually tenable, rather than trying your luck with the tall, dark, and handsome. Either way, that's all I have for you guys. I think like my honest thoughts with the whole that situation is, well, I mean, if you listen to her music and see how she acts, I mean, what were you expecting? Something stable to come out of this? I didn't have any expectations. I just said, well, hopefully she doesn't do drugs or anything like all the other people do, because they talk about church in their music, talk about God, like every one verse, in an album, but they weren't really godly in the first place. What were you expecting? Either way, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think this is a good choice for her, that we should mind our own business, or do you think that no, like this is a controversial choice? This is a weird one. But with that being said, either way, God bless and stay blessed, and I hope this video blessed you. Take care.